One morning, Layla had returned from her repairs where she stayed at the repair yards for a week after her recent accident. She was at the yards when Miss Edwards arrived. She had exciting news for Layla. Layla, today I want you to go back to the repair yards to have a new whistle. A new whistle, Miss Edwards? But what's wrong with my whistle? Apparently it was getting wonky during your accident with freight cars. So you'll have a new whistle to fit in for safety. And the workmen were waiting for you right now. Oh, okay, Miss Edwards. I didn't know. And Layla puffed away. When she arrived, the workman took her old wonky whistle out and replaced it with a new whistle. Layla was ready to test it out. Layla and the workman were surprised. The new whistle doesn't sound like an usual cheerful one to Layla. In fact, it sounds different, but very loud. Oh my! I've never had a whistle like that before. Digby was close by having his repaint. That's a whistle from Sweden on the Great Western, Layla. In fact, your new whistle definitely sounds like Trevor when he blew it loudly. Really? I didn't know. But what about Trevor? I was curious to know how he's doing since his accident. Do you know, Digby? Oh yeah, about that, Layla. I'll tell you a short ending about him. Trevor did get back to his shed once after being rescued. But sadly, Mr. Daniels didn't have any money to repair him in time, and he left Trevor in the back of the shed. You see, he's been struggling to keep a mountain rally running smoothly with Trevor being only one engine available. But it didn't work out the way he expected. So long afterwards, the rally was closed down, and Trevor was sent away for scrap. Oh no! How awful! But he can't be gone for scrap because of that accident? I know, but my driver told me a story about what happened before, so we had hopes that Trevor was in a better place. Anyway, I hope you take care, especially with your new whistle, Layla. I'm sure it's only for a temporary. Good luck! Layla soon arrived at the station to collect her coaches. The passengers were waiting. They looked forward to having a train ride with Layla. But Layla wasn't so sure about this. Not after she had a new whistle. She wasn't used to it at all. I hope the sooner I'll get my jobs done, the better I'll have my own whistle back. The conductor blew his whistle, and the journey began, with Layla anxiously starting off and blowing her loud whistle. The passengers were very surprised, but Layla was feeling embarrassed. Sorry! She soon stopped at the junction to wait for her signal. Kyle blew his whistle as he passed by with a goods train. Layla could see the other engines had their usual two whistles. She was feeling left out about not having her own whistle back. Later on, Layla was chuffing along the line. She still wasn't used to her new whistle as she believes it's too noisy for her passengers to hear. In fact, she was worried so much, she started going too fast, and she couldn't stop herself. Steady on, Layla! You're going to have an accident again! But Layla didn't listen. Suddenly, there was trouble ahead. A traffic car was stuck at the level crossing. The driver had tried to get it out, but it was no use. Layla quickly braked to a stop, just in time. Bust my buffers! What happened here? Hello, I'm sorry about this. My car broke down and I can't get it out. I need a tow truck to take it away. Don't worry, sir. I'll go and telephone for help. As the fireman left, Layla heard a whistle in the distance. I wonder who that could be. It was Sandy. She had returned from being repaired, and she was happily back to work with a passenger train. But she was going too fast to notice her surroundings ahead. Oh no! I see Sandy coming here, and she's running very quickly. Layla knew she wasn't used to her new whistle as it was too loud, but she knew if Sandy didn't stop in time, she would have an accident. So, without hesitation, Layla gathered her courage and blew her loudest whistle of all. What on earth is that? Brakes, driver! Oh my goodness! Layla, you saved me! Thank you! Miss Edwards finally arrived at the scene with Layla's fireman and the tow truck driver, who came to take the car away with the driver on board the tow truck. Well done, Layla. With your quick thinking, you prevented a serious accident. You are indeed a very useful engine, even with your new whistle. Thank you, Miss Edwards. Layla was very happy. A few days later, Miss Edwards sent Layla to go back to the repair yards for a new whistle. Layla doesn't mind having a new whistle at first, but much to her relief, she was glad to have her own whistle back. Now, she can carry on working hard to be real useful, and she blew her whistle to notify the other engines she was there, even if it helps preventing them from having accidents too.